Hey YouTube, this is Darren here, Northwest Marine, coming at you with an update on my 75-gallon Mixed Reef. Now, it has been a while since I've given an update, so I thought I'd take a few minutes here and kind of show you what I've been up to. Because the tank is only 4 feet, I didn't want to go with just a couple of mid-range fish as far as size, so I decided to go with a little bit of eye candy, bring some color in here with some smaller guys. So basically what I do have here, I've got some blennies here. You're looking at a Starry blenny, and this guy is really easy going. It's ORA, so it's tank raised, as well as these Kamahara blennies from Japan. Sorry about the glare, guys. And these guys are doing really well in here. I also have some Firefish. Let's see what we got here. I've got 3 Firefish in here. Actually 4, 3 purple, and I've got this good looking specimen. This is a Helfrichi Firefish from the Marshall Islands. I'd love to get some more of these if they become available. Also, I have a couple of Picasso clowns. I've had these guys for about 1.5 years. They've spawned once, and they seem to like this bottom corner of the tank. They've been digging in there for a little bit, so hopefully they'll go ahead and maybe spawn for me. As far as shrimp goes, I've got 2 fire shrimp and 1 cleaner, and I've got probably about 2 or 3 peppermint shrimp here, as well as a sand sifting goby. For the most part, this guy is pretty good, but sometimes he can be a pain in the ass. He'll drop gravel here all over the place, but he's really good for stirring up the sand bed. Does a great job. I do have a Mandarin here. This guy is kind of cryptic, so he's probably hanging out. There he is. There he is right there. You kind of get a glimpse of him. Now, before I put him in here, I could actually see my pods, Copepods, moving around in the gravel. Now, I know these guys are just chow hounds when it comes to Copepods. So I reached out to Algae Barn, and they're going to go ahead and send me a shipment of pods in here for this tank as well as the other tank that I've got. So as far as coral here, starting over on the left side of the tank here, what you're looking at is some orange Tendrils. I got these from my LFS about 7-8 months ago, and they've actually grown. This one here you're looking at was 2 heads when I got it. Now it's 4. And this one here has really grown. Now, from my research and talking to some people who have owned these, a lot of people make the mistake of overfeeding them. If you do that, they won't have a chance to digest their food, and they'll just basically rot out from the inside in. So I feed these guys about twice a week. I feed them Reef Frenzy, or I'll feed them Mice shrimp or spirulina brine, and I'll go ahead and put some Selcon in here too. They don't like a lot of flow, so they're doing really well right here on this rock ledge. Here I've got some Duncans here, and I've had these guys for a while, and these guys have grown really well too. Now it's about 9 o'clock here, guys, so some of my corals have retracted in, so I had to go ahead and re-glue a couple of my euphyllias down, so they retracted in too. But I just thought I'd kind of show you guys some of what I've got. Down here is a candy cane coral. I actually cut a piece off and I put it up on the rock ledge right here, and it's really done well. Coming up here is a green hydrophora. And over to the right is a LA Lakers scroll coral, or turbinaria. I'm kind of waiting for its polyp extensions to come out, but it seems to like the flow up top here. Also, from my local reef store, I picked up this toxic green Monty. This has doubled in size since I've had it for about 3 months. So it's encrusting this rock here really well. And I picked up a gorgonian from a local reefer down south here. He cut a piece off for me, so he's doing well in here. And also this organ pipe coral. Now, my Tang ran into him and knocked it right off, so it's retracted in, but this thing is, when it's extended out, it looks really, really nice. And here's my zoa garden down here. Here's my radioactive zoas. Now, I'm just letting them crust this rock right here. And this is a blue hornet. These guys are kind of retracted in, but they're doing really well right here. Got some nice extension. Now, guys, this was given to me, so I don't know what zoa this is, so maybe you guys can help me there. And here's my utter chaos down here. And also kind of stuff down here is my Space Invader Pectineus. Now, if you look really close, you can see these feelers come out. Now, I've seen these come out about 3 inches, but they haven't hit the zoas yet. So these guys are pretty nasty when they come in touch with some other corals. Also, my local reefer here down south, he went to the Marshall Islands and picked up some of these blue clams. And this guy's doing well in here. I've had him for about 3 months. He's put on a little bit of size since I've had him. And coming over here in my Euphyllia garden, there's a gold hammer. And like I said, some of these hammers are retracted in because I was busy gluing 2 of them down. But they're doing well in here. Also coming over here, I've got a green splatter hammer. I really like this. Look at the color on that. And I also have this teal hammer as well. This thing has gotten huge. This thing is probably, I'm going to have to go ahead and frag this eventually. It's doubled its growth since I've had it. I kind of wish I would have taken a video a little while ago, because up here on the rock ledge I've got a couple of torch corals from Australia. Now, these guys probably extend out twice as much as they are right now, but this one looks really nice under the blues. This is a Tricolor Australian torch coral, and this one right here is a gold torch. Both of these guys are doing well. When I first got torches, I didn't have luck with the first 2. They just melted, so I know other people have had problems with them as well, but these guys like the flow in here, and they like the location so far. Coming down here on the carpet here is my red metallic brain. This guy has really grown since I've had him, so I'm eventually going to have to relocate him. And over here is a Symphilia. Picked him up from my LFS about 3-4 months ago. He's doing well down here. And also I picked up this Jason Fox Leptocerus. Waiting for him to encrust this disc that I put him on. So everybody's doing well in here. I keep my alkalinity. It runs between about 8 and 8.4, 8.5. My calcium is a little on the high side, but I'm continuing to dose. I'm just kind of messing around with my my amounts that I'm dosing. I'm using the Refusion 1 and 2, and reached out to Travis here, and he gave me a hand as far as the dosing going. So because my calcium was getting out of hand, so getting that under control right now, but it hasn't really affected my corals. They've done really well. As far as my flow here, I've got a couple of PP4 J-bows. Got to go ahead and clean these guys. Got one on here and one on the other side, creating a linear flow. And in the back right here, I have a Cobalt MJ1200 just for some extra flow on the back side. And I also have this hang on the back Aqua Clear 110. I'm running Purigen and carbon in here. And I also attached another sponge filter down there. I also picked up this Aquamax 1.5 hang on the back skimmer. Now this is something new that just came out a little while ago. This thing is actually skimming really well. And I have to change this probably about every other day because it really pulls up some skim mate. I'm actually thinking of putting a reef octopus hanging on the back skimmer here, one that's a little bit rated heavier, because I think this is not keeping up with the bioload in my system. So I might go ahead and put this over here in my 40-gallon breeder on my where my corals are. But so far it's doing a pretty good job. As far as lighting goes, I've got a Chinese black box. It's similar to the Arctic T247, 32 inches long, and I have a program that I've got on it right now. I've got my blues at 40 and my whites, if we can zoom in here, at 10%. So this thing is about 14 inches off the top of the tank here, and I'm getting some good growth with my corals, so that's doing really well. Anyway, guys, that's kind of an update of what I've been doing. Feel free to comment, like, or subscribe. Hit that like button, and I welcome any of your comments. So I will talk to you guys later. Until the next one.